As Italy's economic and commercial gleaming city, central Milan is buzzing nonstop throughout the day. Milan has a significant economic impact, yet also keeps a strong cultural identity. And having an aesthetic influence, regarded as the world's fashion capital, it also houses contemporary art. Gothic cathedrals, galleries, and dishes of the highest caliber. While there is an abundance of fascinating cities in Italy, seem to be topped by Milan due to the fact that Milan is a city that blends traditional traditions with modern concepts, and morals seem to be in conflict. Hello and welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Limitless number of sites while you're here. It could feel overwhelming to select the top destinations in Milan, which is why we created this video. Whether you're looking for the top locations in Milan, visiting the modern art museums, or strolling in the serene parks, you'll undoubtedly discover something that attracts your attention. Music. 1. A Milan Cathedral. A Milan Cathedral, or in Italian, the word Duomo, means monumental and is renowned for its exquisite constructing. Took more than 600 years. Full situated in Milan center and the south, gave the name Piazza del Duomo. A cathedral was built in 1386, but finished in full but not until 1965, with the front facade is in an Italian Gothic style. Is extremely magnificent, especially the cathedral, and has several towers on top. Interior is decorated with statuary, equally as ornamental, and includes some gorgeous windows with stained glass that are exploding, further adding color between the among the middle columns is a wonderful showcase of art and some beautifully. This enormous structure's intricate statuary is authentically Milan center and requires no travel. This city wouldn't be complete without climbing inside its massive doors too. The Vittorio Emanuele Gallery. Vittorio Emanuele's second grand gallery, possibly the most opulent and elaborate you'll ever set foot in a mall. There is a shopping promenade within. 2 glass vaulted arcades serve as a canopy. It is thought to be among the most amazing glass and iron pieces. The center of world architecture is an 8-sided glass dome that gleams in the sunlight as it allows light to pass. In addition to praising the stunning glass and iron construction, the main reason for going to Grand Vittorio's gallery, with a tutorial to follow, the shopping center is where a range of high-end and luxurious brands like Versace, Prada, and Gucci. But you can also get among Italy's oldest coffee shops and inside eateries if you're trying to see what life was like in Milan during it is the Vogue's golden age. So stop looking beyond Vittorio's vast gallery. A handbook. Music. A castle with 3 zippers on the outside. Forzesco and an Italian company by the. It was constructed in the family's favor by Francesco Sforza Duke in the 15th century. It was constructed atop the remains of Milan. It has a 14th century fortress. Major transformation during these many years. It currently has several. Additionally, you can discover art collections, fascinating transient exhibits of art. The fortress from the 15th century takes place in Milan, and large-scale grounds for famed gardens. The original design was created around 1370. Tweaked and added excessively, but continues to be elegant and powerful. An entrance to the castle is marked by enormous brick wall lining the center structure and battlements of. As you enter the guard tower through the middle courtyard, you will see the size of the guard towers and the size of other than the palace. The castle will. Additionally, there are a number of modest collections and museums that contain a variety of fascinating both objects and historical data about Milan and the castle. 4. Milan's Pinacoteca di Brera there are numerous top-notch art museums there. Also, the charming Pinacoteca di Brera among them. This is most likely one greatest art destinations in Milan because of Napoleon. Many of Italy's finest treasures were seized during the 18th century, and they were left to this museum in Milan. A top-notch museum with an astounding collection of beautiful artworks stored in a collection of more than 40 rooms. There are Italian paintings upstairs. From the Accademia, a still di ballet artist founded a functioning art school in 1776 by the work of Maria Teresa of Austria. Raphael Tintorito and other Italian artists Caravaggio and Veronese are depicted in list of European masters, including from Brent van Dyck. Goya is doing fine represented as well, but tourists can take a stroll through the lovely dining on the streets outside the museum, several eateries, buy at the adorable stores. And go even further. 5. Considered opera theater La Scala, the esteemed opera house, and the music has rung throughout the world. The greatest operatic composers, vocalists, and the theater's patrons' 800 chairs are renowned and feared. Being the most strict in Italy, early December until early February till May, but tickets are frequently the most effective method is elusive. You can obtain tickets through your hotel. Although it's worth confirming with the same building's box office is the Alaska's Mukotia trailer, where you discover an assortment of outfits from historical events, significant performances, and personal items belonging to the greats performed, as well as whose compositions they were. Verdi Rossini was included in the final scale. The outstanding conductor Archero, if a rehearsal is not taking place. Toscanini. The museum provides access to see progress. The opera house's interior itself one of the grandest. 6. You don't have to go to Naviglio to view canals. Go to Amsterdam or Venice. Malaya has its own network of canals. The biggest and nicest thing about it is a short distance from the city hub where the greatest can be found. Despite its central location, Milan has hostels. This hidden jewel is frequently located overlooked by the tourist hordes, creating a wonderful escape, and there are walkways on both sides of the canal, full of restaurants, bars, and stores to amuse even the most skeptical travelers. Should check out Naviglio Grande. A place to unwind on a beautiful, warm day. Can go for a stroll along in the afternoon, observing the boats as well as the canal that pass by. And if you're hungry or thirsty, you can visit one of the several neighboring cafes or restaurants. Or during the evening, the canal comes alive. Location where locals stream out into bars onto the sidewalks while sipping aperitivo. Hence, if you're seeking a local neighborhood, spend an hour evenings and afternoons close to Naviglio Grande. Santa Maria del Grazie Church, number 7. Despite the fact that this church's exterior is, despite not being the most well-known, has been endowed with a particular charm and grace. The church was built in Gothic style in 1497. Using red brickwork and a sizable back, this church, called Basilica, is situated on the Magenta course and is seated at the Milan's other side from the Duomo. One of the resides inside the structure. Finest works of art ever created. Leonardo da's The Last Supper. Vinci regarded as a magnificent work of this mural's depiction of the scene of the final meal as seen in the Bible. Over the years, this passage, the artwork has undergone scrutiny and analysis of its underlying meanings. Come and view this amazing piece of art. Taken its exquisite details, and the importance of this iconic representation. Church of St. Ambrogio, number 8. In 386, St. Ambrogio was established by the Milan-born St. Ambrose. Moreover, as the city's patron saint, the current church is an example of Romanesque structures constructed in the 12th century. From a choir outward, there is a lot of an earlier 9th century church here, starting with the enormous, additionally the portico from the 9th century, the atrium with capitals made of carved stone. The portal was among Europe's top websites. Greatest illustrations of the Romanesque era. Make sure to check out the pulpit inside. Sculpture from the late Roman era and the lavish 4th century carved silicone sarcophagus. The high-rise building's casing is below it. A masterwork of Carolingian art is altar. Heart created in 835, maybe rhymes or Milan. It's simple to overlook the error dome of the initial sock shallow from the 4th century. Decent access to Videre through the final building on the right. 9. Memorial Cemetery, situated in the beyond this thriving city cemetery, Monumental is a sizable graveyard. A structure you must not overlook while residing in the country on your own. The ideal vacation was founded and demonstrates the late 19th century and life in Milan during the time of it was a Gothic to Byzantine location. Burial place of prominent leaders from. You can also take a quick look at the Italian contributions to the body of sculpture. The gigantic cemetery is not an artist. A straightforward cemetery is an amazing outdoor museum. Right here can discover the creations of famous sculptors of the cemetery's era in the 1900s. 3 different areas, with the central one houses Catholic families' tombs, and those that are facing the right of the designated for people of Jewish heritage. The left, however, is for non-Catholics. You are most interested in learning more about enlightening tombs, provide a free tour of the Monumental Cemetery in Milan, Music, 10. If you're in Milan 4, park at Simpani the weekend and trying to get away from then cross the busy city center. Parco Simpani views it as one of the most expansive and peaceful parks in the area's numerous trails and walkways, parkour, bicycle paths, and Piney is the ideal location for a peaceful afternoon walk, bike, and for those who enjoy art. There are numerous species of over 95 miles of statues and monuments. Some Piney Acres parkour has something for every kind of visitor. Regardless of strolling leisurely through the picnicking next to a field of grass, the Peace Arch that you're sure to appreciate the relaxing atmosphere of the park. And for those looking for a bit more entertainment, parkour some Piney is also home to the Civic Aquarium of Milan, home to hundreds of beautiful fish and sea creatures, and next to the aquarium is Arena Civica, a stunning neo-classical outdoor stadium. Thanks for watching and see you on next video.